here for Bush Class USA, outing number 5, and this will include my overnight. I've returned to a debris shelter that I built as an experiment to try to recreate something that I'd seen Ray Mears do in a Country Tracks video. I've got it posted up on the BushclassUSA website. Today I want to do a few different projects. I want to try to get a door on the front of the debris shelter, some kind of a closure. I need to make a raised bed of some sort to get off the ground to sleep on, and I'm going to rearrange the insides for my fire pit and see if I can't get it cleaned up a little bit and modified enough to make it comfortable for the night. So with that in mind, I hope there's not too much wind on this, but we're going to get on with the adventure and bring you guys along. So we'll catch up with you in a little bit. All right, take care. Okay, guys, here we are inside the debris shelter. As you can see, we've got everything in a typical lean-to fashion. This wall here you're looking at has cedar boughs on the outside that are helping to seal it up, with about 12 to 18 inches of leaves on top of that. This western wall has some bark on it as the initial layer, and then about 12 to 16 inches of leaves. And then this northern wall is just leaves, but very, very thick. Anyway, we've relocated the fire pit, and that is right there. It's probably got a little work to go. I've got some straw grasses and such here for the bedding that we're working on, and currently cutting and getting ready to lay down a platform for the bed on this side. So anyway, that's a quick report, and we'll show you a little bit more later. Well, as you can see, I've gotten down another layer of twigs on top of the ones that I laid down on the ground to give me some space. So there's some air under here of a couple of inches. And now the plan is to lay down lots of grasses, build this layer up as much as we can, and I even found some more cedar boughs that I think I'll top it off with, and we'll have a nice springy surface to lay on. So I think this is going to work. At least we're up off the ground. It's the ground is frozen. When I tried to dig my fire pit, it took a little time. So all right, that's it for now. Okay, well, got a nice layer of straw here. And after kind of laying on some of this cedar boughs, it didn't seem the most comfortable. But I do want to continue to keep the loft of the whole bed up. So I'm going to take advantage of the springiness of these cedar boughs and put a layer of those down underneath a layer of straw. And then I think I'll have the best of both worlds, and it'll smell good. So we'll see what we can get in here, and to make it springy, give us a layer of air to insulate. So okay, that's kind of where we're at with the bed. Next up, some kind of fire prep. So we've got to get to it. Losing daylight. Thanks, guys. Well, we got our bed made. Right now we're using the straw underneath, and I also put in a rescue blanket, emergency blanket, as a reflector, and then threw the army blanket over the top of that, nice and comfortable. But I think tonight I'm just not going to be able to keep it warm enough, so I'm going to go with the sleep system. Got our fire going and a bed of coals, and going to work on making some supper. So we got to get a pot on the boil, and then hopefully we'll be back with a little more video. But gradually losing some light here, and I'm not sure if the lighting I have is going to be able to carry forward or not. So anyway, that much is done. While we've got still a little bit more light, tonight is going to boil some potatoes and going to have an orange and then do something a little special with that. And got the water on to boil here. So we'll get the potatoes in and get that started, and then we'll show you what we do with this orange. Supper started. Yeah, I had to go to some artificial light, but as you can see, we ate the half orange, and then I've put a little bit of hamburger in it, a meatball, and now we're going to set that down in the fire. So let me see if I can get that down on the coals there, and see how it goes. Well, we'll give it a try. We should check our potatoes here pretty soon too, see how it's boiling. But well, supper's on, and hopefully everything will turn out all right. And how that goes. Well, you might be able to hear and possibly see the hamburgers cooking there. Water's on the boil, and it's doing pretty good. And I have a pretty good meal here. Now I got to work on getting some kind of vegetable in me. I think I've got some green beans. I think we'll try that tonight. Well, looks like the potatoes are done. Got those all boiled up. And looks like our meatball is nearly finished, and decided to try the Trangia alcohol stove on the grill top burner, and that's what's heating up my my beans. So we'll have our vegetable here. All right, well, cozy little home here. The wind has died, and getting ready for the night, but looks like it'll be a good time. Getting dinner out of the way. All right. Thanks, guys, for following the adventure. Okay, guys. Well, supper's finally on. Got the green beans cooked, the potatoes, and meatloaf, and it's really good. The orange rind is really quite awesome. That worked really well. So yeah, and the Trangia stove and the grill top work really great for heating up the beans. So, sorry for the fast pan there, but anyway, it's going to get some food in us, and then get on to getting comfortable. Excuse me, a little smoky here. Getting comfortable, and then we'll probably call it a night and get some sleep. Alrighty, thanks, guys. Hi guys, Mike here. Not sure how well this is going to work, but anyway, going to be preparing for getting some rest, because there's really not a whole lot else to do. But I might, I've got a couple of books to read. I might show you what I've got there. But I wanted to talk briefly about how I've prepared for tonight. I've got on my base layer, which is basically wicking, base layer, and then I've got a fleece, actually a couple of them, which I will probably be putting on. And then for the extremities, I've got an extra pair of 2 pairs of wool socks, and I've got some wool mittens, and a wool stocking cap, which I'll probably wear, and then hopefully we'll be able to use the system here on this bed. It should work out all right. It has before, so I just don't think I can keep enough heat in here with the fire, so that's kind of the direction I'm going. So with that, I guess we'll try to prepare a few other things, and we'll get back to you. Hi guys, Mike here, and I just pretty much wanted to wrap up the day here, introduce you to a book that I started out with called Outdoor Lore by Clyde Orman. And it says a wealth of wisdom, practical tips and techniques by a veteran outdoorsman for hunters, fishermen, campers, all other nature enthusiasts, and sportsmen. Over 500 pages and 290 illustrations. And as a young man, this is the one that I got started with, and I know there's a wealth of others that I've read, and but I thought it'd be fun to bring along on this trip and do a little reading to kind of remind me of the days when I was doing this a lot more often, and participating in Boy Scouts. And also one other thing before we retire for the night, I've got a thermometer here. I don't know if you can read it, but it says 31 degrees, and it's a little colder than that outside, but anyway, that's what we're going to bed to. I've got several logs here to throw on the fire. Got a couple of big logs on there now, and it doesn't really heat up this debris shelter all that much because the opening in the roof is rather large, so the heat kind of escapes relatively quickly. But we have the modular sleep system, and it's always worked good in the past, and should do just fine for me tonight. I think I'll sleep pretty good. I got the bedding laid down real well this afternoon. You guys saw the video on that, and so I think it'll be quite comfortable. Anyway, with that, we're going to do some light reading, turn off the lights, and see if we can't get through the night, and of course we will. But thanks guys for being there. I know you're all working on your lessons, and I guess we'll see you in the morning. So thanks for sharing the adventure, and we'll talk to you later. Morning guys, Mike here for Bush Class USA, outing number 5, the overnight. And let's see, temperature gauge here says 20 degrees. I don't know if I got enough light here yet because the sun is just coming up. So yeah, 20 degrees. Anyway, looks like we still got some coals, some fire still going, so going to work at putting together some breakfast and getting up and getting going. Sun is about to rise, and I have to say the system worked really well. Very, very warm. The natural insulation and the raised bed, beautiful. And of course the modular sleep system, there's just no comparing it to anything. It just works really great. So alright, well, enough of that. Good morning, and let's get on with the business of the day and get some breakfast out of the way. Well, I'm working on some breakfast, and thought we'd start right here. What is breakfast without the complimentary frying of bacon shot over the fire? So yeah, it's part of the ritual, and I think it's a requirement when you do your first outing for Bush Class USA. I can't be certain, but it's probably one of those unwritten rules anyway. So we got the bacon on, and everything's going real well. I'll show you guys just how much the bedding got compressed from rolling around on it last night. But yet, still quite a bit of spring to it due to the cedar boughs, and still have that airspace. So worked real good. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a keeper. So I'll probably get some more grass on it to use in later times, but yeah, it was very warm, very nice. So anyway, had to show you that one, and just keep that in mind when you're building your natural insulation bedding. Takes a lot of grass. A lot of grass. Wanted to show you guys what's on the menu for breakfast this morning. I'm going to enjoy some cocoa that's heated by the grill top stove with a Trangia alcohol stove inside. Working real good. Of course, we've already done the bacon. And then over here, we've got working on an orange left over from last night, a peanut butter crunch bar, some oatmeal, and possibly some dried apples. So it should be a good breakfast. Anyway, I think the water's about done. Mike here for Bush Class USA, outing number 5 with the overnight. And if you've followed along with most of this video, you know that I've met a few challenges and had a great time doing it. Fantastic lesson. It's awesome. With that, I'd like to thank Terry and all the instructors at Bush Class USA for the fine job that they've done. Sergeant Mack for keeping track of all of us. And I look forward now to going on to the intermediate lessons and taking many of those classes and accomplishing a lot more. For all of you who are doing these videos and these adventures and taking these lessons, keep up the good work. Keep sharing the joy and putting in the dirt time and becoming good bushcrafters in your own right, because it's well worth it. It's a good time. With that in mind, take care, guys, and happy exploring.